Welcome everyone. Welcome to Goldilocks and the Silver Fox. I am Joanne.
And I'm Carl.
And today we're just catching up. We have been it's been wild.
Yeah.
So we didn't post for a couple of weeks because we were just busy.
Yeah.
Life is busy. The shop is busy, which is a good thing.
It is.
You know.
And we're going to try to work on the consistency a little bit more and try to get these out on time, but we're into a little bit of
And what we didn't want to do was get stressed about it. What we want to do is come on here. This is about having fun.
Right.
And enjoying it. And whenever it becomes a pressure point, I think we have to take a breath and reset. So we needed that. We needed to take a little break.
Yeah, we did.
And sort of reset, just get caught up with some other things going on in life. Mm-hmm. And so here we are today, feeling refreshed and happy to be here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. We did go on our date. We have stayed loyal.
Yeah, we have.
We have stayed loyal. So we did go on our date, which, Carl, you pulled that card. Would you like to refresh everyone's memory?
I don't remember exactly what the card said, but it was basically just do karaoke and
it was basically
have some fun, sing, be silly, just get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And
it said it was guaranteed to make you fall more in love with each other, but I think that's a big fat lie.
I do too.
Because what we did, we put a twist on it. As we do. We didn't pick songs that we were comfortable with. We picked songs to literally challenge one another and to like I picked songs that I know he literally would maybe have heard a few times in his life. Like, if it came on the radio, he would have hit the change the channel button immediately.
Absolutely.
So, and he pretty much did that with me, too. So
I did, yeah. So, we totally gave each other songs outside of our comfort zone, outside of what we would normally listen to.
And some of them I had hardly even heard.
Ditto, same here.
Couldn't remember them for... And some of them, actually, I have to say, Carl did pretty good with, even though he hadn't heard them. Or maybe he had heard them just a little bit, like it was popular enough, like if you're in a store, you hear it or something. But he did pretty darn good with that, I have to say. And then some of them were just a wild laugh fest, because I was just dying. It was just beautiful.
Well, I'll throw this out. She's being very kind, because it was horrible from my perspective. For my singing, but I will give you credit because no matter what she does, she'll own it.
I do. I sounded awful, you guys. It was
but she was
wreck.
Dancing and wiggling and jumping and smiling and just giving it her all.
Oh, yeah.
To lyrics she had no idea what they were or the melody.
Yeah, no.
And here's the thing. So you do karaoke.
Yeah.
And the TV or whatever you're doing it with gives you the words. So you see the words. Yeah. It kind of puts you in the ballpark for timing.
Right.
So the way it goes across and the words light up as you do it if you've never done it.
Yeah.
So you kind of know the words. You kind of know the timing. But in most people, if they would do karaoke, would have to do songs that they know by heart.
Yes.
When you're thrown a song that you've never heard or maybe heard one time and switch the channel, you have no idea how the melody goes.
That's
you have no idea how the,
There's
pitch.
inflections. And
any of that. Yeah. So, and the ones I was giving Joanne, it was hysterical because she had no idea how these songs go, but she was making it her own.
Oh, yeah.
Screaming, yelling, laughing, and just owning it like she wrote the damn songs.
Right.
So that part of it was fun and hysterical.
Meanwhile, Carl was like giving up halfway through.
Yeah. So that's the difference between us. Like Joanne is just always out for a good time, has no problem putting herself out there or caring what people think.
Yeah.
And so, to clarify, we did this at home. We didn't do this out
we didn't
in
go
front
out.
of people.
No.
So we kept it real simple.
If we go out, we're doing songs that we're familiar with.
Yeah, we'll try. Sure. And it's not like we go out and do karaoke all the time. But we have had parties at the house where people are like, hey, let's do karaoke. And, that is fun to do.
It is.
But, like I was saying, the difference between Joanne and myself, she has no problem. And she doesn't care who's there. She doesn't care who's watching. She'll just get up and do it. And she'll do it like she thinks she's the,
But I'll say, I know I sound like garbage. But then I just own it and move on.
But she just completely owns it. And my challenge for Joanne is Black Betty by Ram Jam.
I don't know this song. Whoa, Black Betty, a bam-a-lamb. Whoa, Black Betty, a bam-a-lamb.
And like I'll get up there and I'm like, I don't know, you know.
I can't rock.
Don't you forget about me.
Forget about me.
Don't. And it's, you know, and it's weird. So sometimes you got to really be in the mood.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And you know, alcohol does help, I guess.
Right.
But you know, I don't know if I was like super in that mood that night, but it was just weird picking songs that we don't know.
Yeah, because you couldn't be excited about it because you didn't know what was coming.
You didn't know it. So
but like me as a picker, I was excited about what I was picking because we basically scrolled through YouTube. And if I saw one that I'm like, oh, that would be funny. I'm like, okay, that one. Like, you know, here, Carl, do Cyndi Lauper or something. And that was funny. But as the performer, you couldn't get excited because you didn't know what you were getting
I had no idea. Right. And so, making love to you was never second best. Here's the thing, and you all probably do know this. I'm a rocker. I like rock and roll. I like a lot of music. I like guitar inspired or guitar themed music.
He likes
I'll leave it at that.
And that sort of thing.
So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I like that genre. So Joanne was picking like these 70s love songs, which I've never listened to. Or if I did, it was on a radio at a restaurant. You know?
The grocery store.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of absolutely making up the pitch.
I think I had a Depeche Mode. He had
there were some 80s things.
So funny.
But there was one love song you put on there. And I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And you're laughing your ass off at me.
Laughing because I've heard it 1,000 times or more, you know.
So that was the one song I tried to make my own and own it. And I was just all over the place.
It was like a drunken lounge singer, which was I loved that so much.
A tone-deaf drunken lounge singer.
I loved it. It was so funny. I'm standing behind him, and I'm like mouthing it and sort of singing it because I know it, but I'm dying laughing. And he can't see me because I'm behind him.
Right.
And it was so funny.
Yeah.
So all in all, and it was a free date. Didn't cost us a penny. It was a free
date. It was something fun to do, and you know, I guess a date doesn't mean you have to go out and go to a restaurant and go to a movie and spend money and
we didn't
dress
have to
up.
go out. We got to do it on our own schedule, which you do get to do that anyway when you plan your date. But it was free and it was fun and it was funny and it was adding our twist on it, like challenging each other. I think that's what made it because we have done karaoke, we have done singing, we have done things.
Right.
So it was really amusing to flip that a little bit and make it more of a challenge.
And you know, so if anybody else was to try this or do this, you know, we really just tried to have fun. We weren't negatively picking each other apart. We were just laughing, and we knew the other person was going to laugh because they're picking the song.
Yes.
So you know, so we kept it lighthearted, and it kind of was. It was fun.
Yeah. No, and we were not picking on each other at all. It was just laughing and just celebrating the challenge and the fun and the ridiculousness.
Yeah, the ridiculousness of it.
Of
Absolutely.
the whole thing, which was great. Carl is challenging me to the song Amanda by Boston, right?
Yes.
It's Boston, okay.
You probably know this.
Babe, tomorrow's so far away. I really don't know it that good. There's something I have to say. So yeah, highly recommended to be a fool with your spouse.
100% be a fool. I take that too far because of my dad jokes, but you know. And then I'm the only one laughing in the room, so you know, there's that. There is that. So I think that was fun. So we actually do need to pick our next date. So speaking of dad jokes, should I share my dad joke with Amanda?
Oh, if you'd like to, sure, go right ahead, and I'll find our date cards.
So find your date cards. So Joanne's gonna look for the date card. So
I found them.
Our daughter Amanda got 2 baby parakeets.
Yeah.
Just a couple days ago, really. And, you know, we're all in her room. She's got the cage set up in her room. We're all looking at them and staring at them. And of course, my mind I say stupid shit. And it came to my mind. So I'm like, hey, you got a pair of Keats. And they just stared at me, and it went totally flat. And Amanda just like shook her head, and she says, "I don't even have the energy for a pity laugh on that one." So, you know, I figured I'd just share that with you guys.
He tries.
I try. I try. In my head, you know, I'm having a ball, but you know.
Well, and you know what? That's what's important, I suppose.
Yeah,
is that you're enjoying yourself.
I'm a party of one.
Yes, yes, indeed. So I guess it's my pick today.
Yes, it is. Pick something good. Yeah.
Well, you have to hold the cards and spread them out, and pick something good.
Make it rain. What am I doing? This way?
Yeah, and I'll just pick.
I'll do it that way.
Either way, it doesn't matter. All right, so I'm gonna go for this one. Okay.
All right, so now here comes the scratchy time.
Okay, so this says on the card before even scratching, it says Nature's Canvas. It says it'll cost between $10 and $20,
oh boy.
1 to 2 hours, and daytime.
Okay.
So
car show. Go for a drive in the car.
It says nature, not car.
Drive through a dirt road in the country.
Oh my God! I get to plan the date. You don't get to plan the date. Look at him hijacking it, you guys. All right.
All right. She's scratching her card gingerly.
Trying not to do it in the microphone.
So this will be our 4th date, right?
I think that's correct.
Yeah. So number 4. Yeah. So we did the do a puzzle in a restaurant.
Yeah.
We did the
putt golf.
Putt golf.
Yeah.
And then we did. Oh, we did
Singing.
Then we did the fruit market, whatever you call it.
Oh, that's
what do you call
right.
it?
Went to the farmer's market.
Farmer's market.
Yeah.
So this will actually be number 5.
That's
then we did karaoke.
awesome. Yay for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at us go.
Yeah.
All right. So this card says, step outside and allow nature to ignite your artistic flair. Okay.
Okay.
Gather leaves, grass, flowers, or during winter, grab sticks and stones and use them as paintbrushes or stamps to craft exceptional artwork on paper.
Oh, geez.
This painting experience with nature will infuse creativity and bonding into your date as you both admire the natural world's splendor. And hold on, I missed a part. Unleash your imagination and let the beauty of the outdoors become your canvas for a memorable and meaningful time together.
Wow, I would have thought you would have wrote that card right there.
That's the second one
so
that you would have thought that I wrote. He also thought that if he hadn't literally seen me scratch it, the farmer's market, because we had been talking about that.
Yeah, so let me make sure that's what it says, because I tried that once before.
It really does say it.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
That's crazy.
So, well, hey, this is great because I can plan something out with some things that I'm somewhat familiar with.
Okay. So, what's your immediate thought? Are we doing it at home? We going out to a park?
Oh, no, we're going out.
We're going out.
The weather's nice right now in Florida.
Sure. Okay.
We're not doing that at home. Are you kidding me? No way.
And then what are we like drawing on the ground in the dirt?
I'm going to bring all kinds of different things.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you
Here
just
we go.
wait.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, sounds quite interesting over here. All right.
I mean, you got to maximize it.
Well, all right. So this is the woman that we had to do a puzzle in a
restaurant.
Place.
That's right.
And she brought cardboard, candlelights, candles.
Oh, I had everything I needed.
Everything she needed.
We're not coming home till
So
we get this puzzle done.
You'll have to tune in next week to see what she does for this thing.
Yeah.
I'm already wondering.
Yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I got all kinds of thoughts in mind.
Wow. Okay.
Might even go to a graveyard.
Ooh.
Just see.
Wow.
I don't know. I got thoughts, okay? Settle down over there.
Wow. Okay.
I gotta let the mind roll.
Jeez. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, what would we say? That's 5?
That's, I don't know,
6.
5, 6. I
don't know. All right.
Anyway.
The next one.
Yeah. Yeah, the next one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
all right. So we got that planned up. So, Carl, I noticed that you printed something off of the computer.
I did.
Okay.
So there's a couple things that I saw, and these are kind of a little bit downers, but it's kind of weird.
Okay.
At our age, seeing people pass away or whatever. Mm-hmm. So Carl Weathers passed away, I think, last week.
Who is that?
He was in Rocky. He was Apollo Creed. He was the black boxer.
Yeah, I loved him.
And then he has been in everything. He's been in The Mandalorian. He's been in everything. He's been in comedies,
He was
movies.
even in the airplane movie.
No, I don't know.
Didn't he? Like a little spot, I feel like. Anyway,
well, yeah,
I
don't
could
know.
be wrong, but I think he was.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was weird. He was 76.
That's not that old.
That's really not that old. But then the next one I saw, and I think this was yesterday.
Okay.
And we're taping, on Wednesdays. I saw this yesterday.
Right, okay. You guys will hear this in a week, so this will be a little bit old.
Yeah, Toby Keith.
No, wait, whoa, what?
Toby Keith, the country singer.
How old was he?
He was 62.
Gosh.
So he had stomach cancer. And he's been battling that for a couple of years.
That's terrible.
Or actually, I think since 2022 or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
And
I'm so not a country.
No, I'm not either.
Enthusiast,
at
but
all.
I think everybody knows who Toby Keith was.
If I know,
yeah.
Because I don't do country at all.
Yeah.
So if I know who that is, then probably almost everybody does.
Yeah. And he was just kind of stood out.
So young.
Yeah, so young.
He was the guy who had blonde hair, right?
He did have blonde hair. Yep. Yeah, like in a deep voice.
And a big guy, kind of a big guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very patriotic and just it was just a lot of popular songs and just kind of sad. Makes you really think.
It is.
And,
you do. Hey, listen, people. You gotta grab life by the balls.
You do, and you gotta,
You just gotta live it because you just don't know.
Yeah, and and that's something I think about too, and it actually makes me ponder this stuff because I take things so serious and literal sometimes, and I let stupid stuff bother me and get me down, and we only have so much time, and it's like why dwell in the negative, and that's where I love your personality because you dwell in the positive and you're always happy. You look at the brighter side, where I think I'm more pragmatic. Is that the right word?
I'm not sure.
All right, we'll have to get a Webster's dictionary out. But
you could look it up online. You don't actually have to
yeah. I know, but we're going to just pretend we know what that word was. But and I guess I tend. I'm just an overthinker. I overthink everything, and I think of everything from every different angle. And in my previous career, it actually really worked well with me. But in life in general, it just tends to be a negative trait, and so
it takes the joy out of life sometimes.
It sometimes does, yeah.
And I have to say, a lot of our listeners, they don't really. Some of them know us personally, and many don't, of course. And I think my disposition always leans more towards the positive. But I will say also this, that, I had tough times growing up. Really,
you did. Yeah.
Really tough times growing up. And I went through several times in my life where I was severely depressed.
Yeah.
Clinically depressed, just an absolute mess. And so I know what it's like to live that deeply sad and just gosh, I couldn't even laugh or smile. And so I know what that is. And I chose that's not where I want to be. That's not the space I want to be in. And even though everything I've ever gone through in my life, I just don't allow that to control me. I say, no, you don't belong here anymore. And I'm going to have a happy, wonderful life. And listen, shit comes our way and tough times comes our way and all of that. But, I just choose to try to always counterbalance even tough times with, well, you know what am I grateful for? What am I thankful for? What is good right now? If we suffer a loss, then I'm like, okay, this is awful. This is, but I want to also remember all the things I have to be grateful for. And I really try to, come from that place. And that's been a good exercise for me.
Yeah. And it's something that I need to. I know I need to work on that.
Yeah.
Because I overthink on things, and I
cause yourself pressure.
Yeah, I do put a lot of pressure on myself. With pretty much everything I do, I overthink it.
Yeah.
And I guess I have. What is that? Perfectionist tendencies.
Absolutely.
Where in my mind everything has to be perfect.
And for when you're working on your classic cars and things, that's a wonderful gift that you can give that many people cannot give that gift. But then, you have to draw that line. Like, you got to put that in the suitcase.
Right.
Like when you're at home or whatever. Just be more relaxed.
Yeah.
And sort of balance yourself out a little bit, Like, when I do my art, I'm kind of a perfectionist.
Right.
Like, I try to talk myself into accepting things for the way that they come out. And typically I'm happy, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can live with that, you know?
Right. That's,
you know, and so I get that. I get that.
Where
I
take
not
that,
as extreme as you
I take
are,
that to extreme. So no matter what I do, and you know, I do quality work. I do high-end work.
Yeah.
But I can still sit back and like, oh, geez. You
right,
know?
you can
and I nitpick
this,
the littlest microscopic thing.
Yeah.
And to me, it becomes like this big...
It's a mountain.
Drama.
Yeah.
And it's... I don't know why I do that to myself. I don't know why I put that pressure on myself.
Yeah, it's self-torture. It's a form of self-torture.
I think some of it is my personality. I think a lot of it is my previous profession.
Yes.
And stuff that went with that.
You grew up with some Italians that,
yeah.
you know, I don't, geez, gosh, if you're Italian, don't take that the wrong way. But if you guys know some old school Italians, okay, the old school, okay, you know how harsh they can be. Not all of them, but many. And Carl did suffer some harshness in his growing up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I think that infused with like your personality and disposition anyway.
Right.
Like somebody could have been critical to me when I was young, and I might have just, because of my natural disposition, been like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
You know.
Well, so for me, I'll just take an example. And playing Little League Baseball. Probably we're going to say early middle school, I guess. I don't know. Maybe even younger than that. I can't remember. But my dad's like, hey, I'll be the coach. And, you know, so he was coach. And, you know, you play the game, you do your thing. And from my perspective, it's like I did something good in the game. And we'd be riding home in the car. I'm like, hey, what'd you think about blah, 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 that catch I made or that hit I got?
Yeah.
That was good. But, you know, you should have done this over here. And then early in inning one, there was this. And then all I would do is just ponder everything, all the negatives.
Right.
Like, oh, shit, okay. Well,
right.
You know.
And that's not good.
It's not good. And I think some of that's my personality.
Yeah.
That just, I don't know why I go there, but I guess it's a personality trait.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if you have...
plus, you know, like it's your dad, so you're like, is anything I do good enough?
Right. Yeah, so...
You know, it's like, that's what they call it an old tape. That's always going on in your head, unless you throw that in the garbage. Like, you have to be really conscientious
and you know what's funny is, like, so... You know, we talk old school a lot, and you know, there was no feelings. I mean, there was love in our house, but there was no hugging. There was no building each other up. Yeah. There was no. Yeah. So, and I was raised by a single father, so we didn't have the feminine touch in the house, basically.
Right.
You know, I guess where that's the more nurturing side is from the mom.
Right.
You know, and the dad's tough, and you know, don't cry, and boys don't cry, and that's, you know, how I was raised, and. You know, so you tend to kind of go down that road. And that's what I think is interesting. So we're saying old school Italian. I think any culture kind of has a tendency to do that. And I think older generations were brutal with that because they were just honest. And my father didn't do it to be mean. He did it because he wanted me to get better.
Right.
And that was his way of pointing out things that I could work on and get better.
Right.
But
you gotta, you know, we've learned as time's gone on, you gotta sandwich it. There's nothing wrong with some corrections.
Yeah, constructive criticism.
Nothing wrong with that at all. But, you know, you also want to tell the kid, especially a kid, I mean, adults, whatever, handle it. But, you know, you want to tell a kid, hey, you know what, that was awesome. And you know what I noticed about blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But you have to give that positive reinforcement so they actually want to go play baseball again.
Well, and
gosh, don't beat them down.
Well, yeah, and it's funny because the pendulum has swung so far to the other side where we've overcorrected as a society. And I think we're starting to learn this, I think, because it's become a joke.
Pansies running around now.
Because it's become the running joke. That
Sorry if you're young and listening, but just don't be a pansy, okay? I mean, like, you know, fuck up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what she said. So I think the pendulum has gone so far, and, you know, it's become a running joke that everybody gets a trophy.
Oh, right.
And, you know, what I'm saying is, you know, there is no way you can give everybody a compliment that everything they did was great because you have to be honest.
That's right.
And I get that. Yeah. But I think it's interesting because from your perspective, like if you heard that kind of stuff, you'd be like, yeah, whatever, and move on. And
you know what's so funny? Like, I think back when I was young, and like a lot of my youth I spent in my own little world.
Yeah, and you still do.
I do, and I love my world that I've created for myself.
Yeah.
But you know, I did in a way because my creative mind. That was my creative mind.
Right.
And so I don't think I was really too much bothered by what other people were saying or thinking or whatever, because I had my own stuff going on. Like, I just was like, you so don't matter to me.
Right. Yeah.
And then...
And what a great way to be,
And then, and then if there were times where there's this, like, criticalness or whatever, I would just learn to resent that person, which then caused me to be like, I don't need to listen to you.
Right.
So instead of being like hurt by that, it was like, oh, you can go, And so I just, again, my personality just sort of would just twist that around so that it didn't necessarily harm me.
Yeah.
There were some things that harmed me, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, yeah.
Because I guess I'm just resilient and all of that.
So it's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting how different personalities can take the same situation and how they'll react differently to it.
Right. One last story I got two more.
Okay.
The next one is still kind of along the line of the first two, but did you hear King Charles was diagnosed with cancer?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I did not hear that. What kind?
Saw that. I'm not sure. I think it was prostate cancer.
Wow.
If I remember. They're not saying a whole lot about it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they put that out. They usually keep that stuff a secret.
Yeah, I think they're trying to be a little more open.
Elizabeth's dad, he had cancer for a long time, and they all knew he was on the way out, and they didn't tell anyone.
Okay. Well, yeah. So,
but anyway, so that's weird.
So I think I did read, and I thought I heard something that they feel they got it early enough.
Then you
can
live for a really long time if you catch it early.
But so that was just three things in a row that were just kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then this one is special for Joanne because she loves this topic so much.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to make me suffer, you guys.
Well, it's you decide if it's for you or not. So basically, a Florida man sues Dunkin' Donuts over injuries following a toilet explosion. So this is from the Associated Press, and it was dated January 5th.
Okay, so over a month
That's
ago.
where this is, because I'm saying Dunkin', so we all know who that is, so that's where I'm getting the article.
Okay.
So he filed a negligence lawsuit against Dunkin' Donuts, claiming he was injured by the toilet at one of the Florida coffee locations. He's seeking more than $100,000 in a lawsuit, claiming he suffered severe and long-term injuries following the explosion of a toilet in the men's room of a Dunkin' location in Winter Park, Florida.
Okay.
And the incident occurred a year ago.
Oh, a year ago. Okay, she's now suing. Okay.
So, of course, then your mind starts like, well, all right, so what does that mean and how the hell does that happen?
Right.
I don't really have all the details of what happened.
Somebody threw a firecracker in there?
I don't know. Maybe it was having Taco Bell the night before. That was worth Joanne's face right there.
Please.
So, not sure what the explosion was caused by.
Oh, God. Okay.
So.
I love that Carl loves me being so disgusted, and he thinks it's so funny.
What I find humorous is her face is so expressive. So whatever, like if she's happy, her eyebrows bounce around when she talks. Her eyes are wide open like a little deer. And, she smiles when she's, stressed. Her eyebrows are curled down a little bit and you can read her face. And then when she's disgusted, it's absolute. The face changes so much that it cracks
and quickly.
Me up. Oh,
it's immediate.
It's an immediate. So she goes from laughing and smiling to this look of absolute disgust in a blink of an eye, and it cracks me up. So what can I say?
Gosh.
So, anyways, after the explosion, he left covered in everything that you can imagine he was covered in.
Okay.
And I'm keeping that good because I don't want to really gross her out.
Thank you.
But he walked out of the men's room seeking help from workers and the store manager, according to the lawsuit.
Okay.
An employee did tell him that they were aware of the problem with the toilet since there had been previous incidents. So this was an ongoing
Oh my gosh, what on
with this
earth?
toilet. And that's
What on earth?
part of his lawsuit is like, hey, if you knew there was previous
Right.
problems, why didn't you fix it?
Right.
So,
Gosh, and he had to get in his car.
oh yeah. Could you imagine?
I'm not a big Sue happy person at all.
Yeah.
But you know what? If I had to get a new car,
Yeah.
you gotta at least cover that, because I'm not ever getting in that car again.
No.
I'm throwing my clothes away like, ew.
Yeah, and couldn't even see a Dunkin' Donuts commercial just to bring you right back there.
No, you could never go back. You could, no.
There'd be way too many triggers and buttons.
So many triggers. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
So anyways, they didn't go into much further details about the explosion
Thank
or
God.
what caused it.
Okay.
But I did just kind of find it humorous that there's an exploding toilet. And in all our minds, many of the guys that probably hear this, your mind goes in the gutter. And of course you're like thinking Taco Bell or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
But what the hell made this thing explode?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Was there like methane gas in the pipes or something?
I mean, who knows?
Obviously something happened. I mean, was he like lighting a cigarette while he's on the can?
Crazy.
And the whole place goes
Oh my gosh, Carl's brain is just having too much fun with this.
Oh, I just like picture Yosemite Sam on a toilet and just,
Wow, wow. And then his guns go off.
Oh, you're rootin' tootin'.
Oh.
What in tarnation?
Oh my gosh. What in tarnation?
Oh, well, so...
Do you know what the word tarnation means?
No.
The definition of tarnation is actually hell. It means hell.
Oh, does it?
Yes. I looked that up because my niece used to say it all the time, and I was like, you know what? What does that word mean?
Yeah.
And it.
That's funny. It kind of makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. So Looney Tunes obviously had a big impact on my life.
Yeah. We all know that is true.
Just for my personality, you guys should be able to figure that out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. If you ever ask Carl a puzzling question, he'll rifle through his brain and be thinking, "All right, what Looney Tunes episode covered this? How should I answer this?"
Exactly.
And, he gets his knowledge from Looney Tunes.
So much of it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
My life is kind of a cartoon.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Anyway, well, that was wild. I don't want to thank you for sharing that, so I won't. But
Well, they tried to reach out to his attorney, but he wasn't able to answer questions.
Who's
at the time.
they? The news people?
News people.
Sure.
Yeah. So the lawsuit says he suffered bodily injury and has required mental health care and counseling since the incident.
Well, I can tell you right now, I would need mental health therapy after that as well. Especially because I'm just so adverse to anything in that realm. So I would need a tremendous amount of mental health therapy.
Yeah,
probably more so than
tough.
the physical recovery.
I
mean, literally, did the toilet break apart and like pieces go fly? Like I don't even know.
I mean, it just makes your mind actually go. So I actually do want to know more of the story.
I want to think about it quite actually because I do have such a vivid imagination. I need to put the stops on that right now so I don't.
Well, yeah, but I don't think you need to imagine anything. I think the story kind of explained it.
Yeah, I guess
So there's your happy news story for the day.
Wow, I appreciate that. It was amazing.
Just for you.
Thank you.
Just for you. Just for you, but for my amusement.
It was really just for you. Yeah. I was getting ready. I was setting up for the podcast, and Carl's over there at the computer. I'm like, okay, I'm just about ready. And he's like, yeah, I am too. Just as soon as I finish this, I need to print something out. He's being all secretive. He's like, oh, you can't come over here. I'm like, what is he up to? And then, of course,
I just needed that look of expression and shock.
And you got it.
And I got it.
You did. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got it if you already knew what was coming.
You're right.
So,
Yeah, I guess
so there's that.
Can't judge you. Yeah.
So
amazing. So today, you guys, we're going to mix things up a little bit, and we're going to play a little bit of the game Would You Rather. And it requires 3 players to actually play it correctly. But what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel.
We don't follow the rules.
We just
make up our own rules.
Why do we even have rules in life? Like,
for me. Not for you.
That's true, Carl. He likes,
And then I'm always like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. She's like, F that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Live dangerously, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so at any rate, we're going to play this game. So we've got the deck right here. Okay. And then whatever he spins, he's going to... I'll pull the card for you, but then you'll...
All right, so we got a little spinner. I'm going to spin it.
And it's powers, free choice, fantastic, unpleasant, potluck, and curses.
Curses. All right, so it
did
landed
you get
on
curses? Well, there you go.
Oh, I'm reading it?
Yeah, because you spun.
Okay, so it says, would you rather not be able to move your head left or right?
Okay.
Or not be able to bend your arms at the elbow?
Okay. That's a tough one. I think I have to not turn the head. Even though that's dangerous, you need to be able to see what's going on around you. But if I can't bend my arms, I can't create beautiful things.
It's funny because my initial response was, I'm so used to looking around, being aware of my surroundings.
Absolutely, yeah. Which is so important.
Just being able to move your head.
Yeah.
Then I was like, that's the priority. But then, how would you work on anything?
Right, anything. How do you eat your food? You got to put your face in your plate.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So,
Weird.
And so much...
like a bird. Weird.
So much of both of what
Excuse the ringing phone, guys. We're ignoring it.
I didn't even hear it. No, I did. So much of what we both do is creative with our hands and just being involved with that.
Yeah.
So I go back. My initial response was I want to be able to move my head, but then the more I thought about it.
Yeah. Okay, my turn. So I got fantasy. Oh, geez. Sorry about that. Carl just smacked his microphone. Fantasy. Which one is fantasy? Oh, the
book. The book.
The book.
Top.
Okay. Oh, would you rather... Ugh, I hate this word. Never get a zit or never get a headache? Well... I'm going to sound braggy, and I don't mean to, but I have really good skin. And I like very rarely have that issue. So I'll go for... And I hardly ever get headaches either. It's tough.
Yeah.
But, oh gosh, I'll just say never get the zit. Because then, even though I only got like 10 in my whole life, I just never have to deal with them.
Jeez.
Thank you, Dad, for the good skin.
Yeah, I'd probably rather go with... Never having a headache, because I get a headache listening about Joanne's clear skin and how her childhood was so clear.
Well, I did have great skin growing up, and I'm happy about that. But actually, Carl does get headaches.
Yeah, I do get headaches.
And
it's probably, for me overthinking stuff. But I'd probably rather not have the headaches than...
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that was an unfun one, but okay.
That was an unfun one, yeah.
All right, spin.
Powers.
Oh, powers.
All right, let's see what the powers are.
This will be interesting.
The powers. Would you rather have lived the life of President James Madison?
Okay.
Or baseball great Wilt Chamberlain?
Oh. That's interesting. All right, so president back in the old days or a baseball great. And I'm going to take a guess and say you don't know the history on either one of those people super well.
Yeah.
Right. So just pick one then. I've got your answer.
What's my answer?
The answer is the baseball great. And then you could look at your dad and say,
Well.
And who wants to be part of politics anyway?
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, I guess you'd be more admired as the baseball star and probably a lot more freedom.
I just think your life would be more fun.
Yeah.
I would go for just for that. Who cares if I'm admired? I don't care about that, but...
Well, I'm just saying, you go out and mingle and live your life and do stuff where I guess the president...
Yeah. You gotta watch your back all the time.
Just, watch...
Can you see me as a president?
No, never happened.
I mean, I'd be an awesome president, but... Yeah.
For all the artists in the world.
I'd be telling people all my opinions.
Oh yeah. So she does have this fiery, I don't want to say dark side, but just this fiery side. And I could see you like with, these other countries, North Korea, Iran, or whatever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna launch these effing missiles right now, my MRFer.
That's right.
So, anyways, all right. Okay. So that one was.
All right. So that
was just good.
I get to spin. You don't get to spin for me. Okay. I got curses.
Okay. Let's do potluck. It's more closer to potluck.
Okay. Potluck is the okay. Would you rather? This is tough. Would you rather have baby-sized feet or baby-sized hands? Thanks for the potluck, Carl. Baby-sized feet or baby-sized hands? Well, the issue with the feet would be that, you wouldn't be able to balance very well. And then the issue with the hands, but the feet, you could hide them. You could buy bigger shoes. The hands, you can't really hide them. I can get some prosthetics. I'm going for the feet.
Well,
I'm getting prosthetics and I'm going for the feet. Yep.
You know what they say about men with big feet? They have big feet.
Why?
So, apparently you never heard that saying.
I have heard it, but it's usually men with big hands, not feet.
I always thought it was
feet. Is
feet.
it about the feet? I always thought it was the hands.
Oh boy! All right.
Anyway.
So if I had little tiny feet, then I don't know what I would think about that. So then I guess I didn't even think about the balance. But then
have you been drinking?
No, but okay. I probably should have. But so little hands. Mm-hmm. I probably could do most of what I do, but I do play the guitar. Oh. And that would be kind of hard if you had little hands.
Baby hands. We're talking baby
If we're talking about baby hands, then yeah, that would be kind of tough. So I don't know. Let's go with I'll have tiny feet.
Yeah, that's a good call.
All right.
Yep, you can always cover those. All right, your turn.
Didn't I just go?
That was you? Mine.
Okay. All right, powers. What powers do I have?
Powers again. How come you get the good ones?
Here we go.
Okay.
Would you rather never misspell a word?
Okay.
Or never miss a basketball free throw?
Oh, well, I know what you should choose.
What is that?
You should choose never misspell a word.
Why would I do that?
Because I can't spend half of your life looking up how to spell words.
Well, yes, I do. I have the spelling prowess of what, 12th grader?
A frog.
Or a 12-year-old.
A frog.
A frog.
Okay, let's just get real with it, okay?
Are we talking the frog from Looney Tunes? The one that can sing and dance with the top hat?
Sure.
Well, I already missed for... Is that your answer? What is your answer?
That's your answer for you.
Yeah.
No, I would also go with that, although I will say I'm very good at spelling. But I'll still go with that because then I'd be even better. Be awesome to know how to spell every single word on the planet. That would be amazing.
Wow. See, I already can't spell any of the words on the planet, so I'd probably just go for the the basketball free throw.
How often do you play basketball, Carl?
Well, I couldn't make a free throw right now if I wanted to either.
I guess then you could be a professional basketball player.
Well, I don't know if I'd even do that. I'd just walk by a court, grab a ball, and watch this, and then just keep going and just, be the man.
Sure.
I already can't spell, so why worry about that?
Why improve yourself?
Yeah, I'm used to that.
Why improve yourself intellectually? Sure.
Exactly.
Sure, you're already used to that. I like that comeback. I'm already used to that.
Yeah, they've seen my...
But aren't you already also used to not being able to throw a basketball very well?
Yeah, that's why I never walk by a basketball court. Or try a free throw. So, all right.
All right, my turn.
All right. Fantasy.
Okay, let's get something good
let's
here.
See what this fantasy is.
That is the book again. I get the book twice. Okay. Would you rather be on the winning team in the Super Bowl or win an individual Olympic gold medal? Well, I was a swimmer, which is, you're on a team, but you win the race. So, as much as it would be cool to win the Super Bowl with the team, just because I was a swimmer, to win a swimming medal in the Olympics would be amazing. So, going back to my roots to answer that one. How about you, Carl?
All right. So, first thought, I think, is just, the Super Bowl, because it's such a American
Oh yeah, it's
pastime.
iconic. Yeah.
It's just a pastime.
Yeah.
Pastime. But I think I agree with you, and I was thinking it right as you were saying it. You were on a swim team. Mm-hmm. I'd done all kinds of sports, but the biggest one I think that meant something to me is I boxed for a while. So
that's
it's
right.
you know, and a lot of the sports that I did were kind of one-on-one.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was tennis, boxing, you know, whatever.
You
and
did track.
I did the track, and I did the team sports. So I think it would be kind of cool if my mindset was still where I was back then.
Yeah.
To actually win gold.
Yeah.
In the Olympics.
That would be amazing.
You know, because then it's like you throw your hands in the air and you say, "I did it."
Yeah.
Where the other one is, you throw your hands and say, "We did it."
And I do love a team.
I'm not saying anything wrong with it.
I
But
love the we. I do love that.
But I think if we're going to just say our personal perspective and all that, and then I would look so good on a Wheaties box.
Yes, you would.
You know, so there's that.
So
it's the future endorsements.
I hadn't even thought about the Wheaties box, but there is that. Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, good.
And then I'll change my name like 30 years later.
Don't. Don't.
Okay, the next one.
Okay. Yeah, your turn.
All right, my turn. It's right in the middle again, so let's choose a category.
You're closer to Powers, actually.
But it says choose a category, free pick. So you pick.
It's your go.
Oh, you want me to do Powers then? I'll do Powers.
It's your go. Do what you want, but you were closer to Powers.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm reading some of the other ones. All right, so we'll do Powers because you were like saying it's that. So would you rather be able to shoot cling wrap from your hands?
Okay.
Or have a tattoo that works like Google Maps?
Oh, interesting. You know what? I already know my answer.
What's your answer?
I would love to shoot some cling wrap from my hands for people mouthing off at me, and I could just go psh, and it would land right on their face. And I'd be like, take that, bitches.
Yeah.
I would love it.
I actually, in my mind, it was the same thing, but more for the humor side of it, just to walk by people and go, psh, and then just keep walking.
It's just torturing people for the humor side of it. So you got to do it to somebody who deserves it. And
I'd go back and help unwrap them if, so they wouldn't be offended.
That's so nice of you. So they wouldn't be offended. Sure, they wouldn't be offended at all. Yeah.
But the Google Maps thing, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we have phones.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? I mean, to me, whatever.
And you'd never have stale food. Could you cling wrap everything?
Wrap it right away.
Shoot that stuff right out there.
Yeah.
You do it to your furniture. Never have a stain on your furniture.
Okay. All right. That's weird.
All right, moving on.
That's such an old person thing. Put plastic on your furniture. Well,
you're speaking of old school.
Carl is sort of an old man in a younger body.
Yeah, that's true.
He uses the word keister and bloomers.
Who doesn't use the word keister and
most people don't use those
Come
words.
on.
Most
everybody talks like that.
Yeah, when they're 90. I mean,
Well.
Okay, my turn. Curses. All right, I'm up for a good curse here. Crossbones. Okay. Would you rather have a voice at 10 times normal volume? I already do.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay, 10 times normal volume. Oh, 3 times normal speed.
Joanne has both of those.
This is so funny because, all right, let's pretend I don't have both of those.
Okay. So both of those are Joanne. The second one is when she drinks anything with a remote amount of caffeine in it, or any type of stimulant.
Right.
100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then the first one is like we could do this podcast without a microphone anywhere in the room for her.
Yeah, I don't.
Or she could sing on stage without a microphone.
I don't need one. That's right.
It's calling the kids when they were little in the neighborhood, and they heard them a mile away.
That's right. So this is hard for me to answer. This is really a question for you. Let's let you have this one because I'm gifted with both. If you want to call it a gift.
So what? How many? What does it say? Higher?
So
what?
it's 10 times normal volume.
10 times, Jesus.
Or 3 times normal speed.
We'll go 3 times normal speed.
Oh, see, I think you should go with the volume.
No, you give me a headache as it is.
No,
Just kidding.
you, for you. No, because you're mumbling.
Oh, this is me or for you?
No, I don't need either one of those.
Then that's your answer. Is what you would rather have from me.
What? No, I was answering for myself. We need to know what you would want.
Would you rather? Oh, all right. So for me, yeah, I guess actually I would need the
volume.
The volume.
Yeah, that would be really good.
Because I do need a microphone, and you know I tend to mumble and talk lower.
Yeah.
So yeah. I guess I do need that. Yeah.
What would be good for me? Let's just say my current way I am, and like on my other channel, I speak mostly pretty soft. Not all the time, but sometimes I get really excited. But
probably faster.
Faster? Okay.
Yeah. You're playing loud. I couldn't imagine. It said 10 times louder.
Okay, fair enough. It would be screaming.
I mean, yeah.
It would be screaming.
Yeah, it would be. The windows would be rattling.
It would be too much.
It'd be like an air raid siren in the house.
Carl would have to have earplugs in all the time.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right.
Okay, you're good.
How many more are we doing this?
No, I don't know.
All right, go ahead. It's my go?
This could be the last one if we want. I don't know. Okay.
All right, it's potluck again.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, wait. Okay, we'll do pot. Oh, it's me. Didn't I just go? No, you did.
No, I was the volume and the speed.
Shows how much I pay attention.
I know.
Potluck. Would you rather? Oh, if you were stranded on an island, would you rather have a Kindle or a friendly chimpanzee?
Oh, a friendly chimp would be so fun. I love a Kindle. I love to read. But if I was stranded, it'd be nice to have a friend.
Yeah.
And a chimpanzee, you know, they're trainable and he's friendly already. I'm going with the chimpanzee.
Yeah.
He could show me how to get coconuts. And he could just go get them for me.
Right.
And I could crack them open for him. We could share them. We could have dinner together.
Yeah, no, I would have the chimp because it'd probably be fun. And of course, we like animals.
Yeah.
And then, you know, a Kindle, I mean, I'm not that much of a reader.
I do love reading. I could write my own book.
And I guess you would get bored, but you could entertain yourself with a chimp.
Well, we could go do all kinds of fun things together.
Right. And then, of course, my mind goes like, how would you have Wi-Fi? Would you have a Kindle that doesn't work? And I'd rather have a iPad.
He's overthinking it.
So I could watch Netflix.
See, so he's overthinking it and upgrading it.
I need to know. I need details. It's very unrealistic
There's no details. That's all you get.
All you get. How would I charge it? You know.
Well, then there's your answer. Like,
so
if you
I got just a Kindle. It doesn't even turn on anymore.
To go with the chimp.
With the chimp, so you can have a lot more fun. So.
Yeah, a lot more fun.
All right.
So we should do one more. Or are we done?
Let's do one more.
Okay, one
last
more.
one.
Since you started, I'll finish.
Jeez.
Powers. All right. Let's see what powers I have today. Would you rather have the ability to silence with a stare or pinch with a wink?
I know what I'd rather you have, but go ahead. What would you rather have? So I guess it's us having it, right?
What?
It's us having it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's whoever.
Right.
Yeah, because we're both going back and forth. So, gosh, when you really think about it, they're both pretty neat in their own way. Like you could shut someone up just by staring at them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, that would be pretty cool. Or you could just pinch them. Which might shut them up too. You might get a 2-for-1 with the pinch.
Well,
because pinching them would so distract them, the pinch, as opposed to just...
So that you're saying you can take control with just the pinch?
Yeah. Like the other one is just staring and then they could shut up. But if you could pinch them, you might be able to make them shut up and cause a little pain.
But there is no way, as a man, you can be a tough guy and pinch someone and then wink at them.
Yeah, but who says you have to be a tough guy?
Well, it's the whole winking. It's the second part.
But maybe you're not winking. You don't have to make eye contact to wink at them. Maybe you could just look at their knee and wink. Like just a quick wink. Like they think it's a blink. They think it's a blink, but it's a wink.
Hey.
Do you really have to wink at them?
All right. So, hey, you better have my money to me by next week. Pinch, wink, or I'm going to be back.
You're winking first and then the pinch.
Oh,
see,
well, hey, wait a minute. I wasn't winking at you. I was winking at your knee. so I'll be back next Tuesday. I don't think that's going to work.
So you like the stare.
I like the stare.
You like the stare.
That makes more sense. Hey, I'm going to be back next Tuesday. Awkward silence. Or else.
Okay. All right. I don't know when you turned into a tough guy that's collecting on vet payments or something.
I'm just saying,
but,
you know. So
okay.
you're over there like kind of like it's a powerful thing to shut someone up. Pinch, wink, which I think would totally flip the thought process.
You know what?
Because if we had just met or we're in an office setting and you as a female come over to pinch me.
I'm not coming over to pinch you. I don't have to pinch you. The wink pinches you.
But it says pinch.
Yeah, but I don't have to do the pinching. It magically pinches. That's why it was magic on the board. It's magic. It's powers. So if I wink at you, something gets pinched on your body. Yes.
You can't. You're trying to change the rules.
Would you rather have the ability to silence with a stare or pinch with a wink? So I wink at you, you get pinched somewhere. I don't physically do it. It happens because I'm powerful.
Oh, you're pinching with a wink. So you wink.
And then they get pinched.
I totally misunderstood that.
What universe were you living on?
I totally misunderstood the question. So I was thinking, I'll get my microphone closer.
Okay.
I was thinking that you would walk over, pinch them, and then wink at them.
How's that powerful? No.
It's not. That's what I was saying.
You sounded like a crazy man.
I totally misunderstood it. I didn't realize the wink itself is the pinch.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that would be hysterical.
That's why you could get the 2 for 1.
All right. I totally went down
a wink, and then they get pinched, and they're like, oh.
And they don't even know where it came from.
Yeah, which distracts them, probably shuts them up. But it totally, whatever they were talking about that you wanted to shut them up for, anyway, it totally gets them off kilter.
It's not that kind of podcast.
I like the pinch.
All right. Since you clarified it for me, that would be entertaining to have.
Oh, yeah. Imagine being at a party and just walking by and winking at people, and everybody's like just jumping and jerking.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the? That'd be so funny.
Or like a restaurant, like, ma'am, where's our order? I'll be with you in a minute. Wink, 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 wink.
Or the loud talker at the other table, or the baby crying. Yeah, I'll give you something to cry about.
All right, so I totally misunderstood it when I was going down like the whole tough guy route, because I thought you would have to walk over, physically put your hands on them and pinch them.
No, how's that?
And then as you're done pinching them, you had to wink at them.
No, that's insane. It doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense.
All right, well, I took it too literal then, I guess.
You did.
So, all right, I like where you're at.
You
I
were
like what you're
overthinking
thinking.
once again.
Of course I was. Yeah. All right, so I guess I like that one.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Wink, wink.
Well, what do you think about wrapping up this podcast?
I think we should wrap it up.
Okay.
I think this was
been fun.
This has been fun.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Lighthearted, good.
It's been good. Yeah.
Low stress, no mess.
I like it.
Friends, if you enjoyed yourselves today, please hit that like button.
Yes.
Or if you're on a podcast, please leave us a positive comment.
Give us some
and
high ratings.
If you had a good time, hit the subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming vids.
Yes, what she said.
Episodes.
Yes, thank you for watching, guys.
Yeah, sayonara.
Else. All right, that's a wrap.
Sayonara. Does that mean goodbye?
That's a wrap.
Is that a permanent goodbye? Sayonara? Sayonara. I don't know. Anyway, that's right. Cue the say it.
Cue the music.
Yes. Ciao.
Goodbye.
How many times do we say goodbye during our podcast?